Hi everyone, it's Miss Goldman and we are working on lesson 4 of Eureka Module 6 right now for math. Remember, these are going along with the live lessons that I've been teaching for math at 11 o'clock. If you missed it, I'm really sad that you weren't there because I would have loved to see your face, and my little kitty Musha would have loved to see you too. And I know those who have been in the lessons, they like seeing her do the math with you. But anyway, besides that, remember, if you are printing out these lessons or looking at them on the PDF, please and not doing them on the Google Doc, please make sure you are sending me pictures of your work. I know right now, because we're doing some graphing, it's a little bit harder to sometimes draw these images, but do your best. And remember, if you are doing them on paper, remember, please send them Google Classroom, Class Dojo, email. And if I'm going too fast, going over the answers or not or anything, just press pause or play this video. So let's get started. All right, so for this first problem, it says the chart below shows the number of magazines sold by each student. So here we have the students' names and what they sold. So then what we have to do is use the chart to draw a bar graph and create the appropriate sales for each kid for the graph. So you could do this differently than I did, but what I did to make it a little bit easier, instead of writing out each kid's name, I wrote the first letter. So I had B for Ben, R for Rachel, J for Jeff, S for Stanley, and D for Debbie. And I chose over here, we're going to be writing down the magazines sold, and that's these numbers. So I went by 100, I went 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600. You can choose a different number. That's what I chose to do. If you do decide to choose a different number, this first part that I did is going to look a little different for you. Because what I did was then I made a graph up to 300, and that's Ben. So what you're going to do now is Rachel, Jeff, Stanley, and Debbie. Once you finish that, you're going to tell me why you chose the scale for the graph. If you did what I did, I wanted to work with a simple whole number, and 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600 seemed easier for me. But you might choose something else, and that is totally fine. Then what you're going to do is tell me how many fewer magazines did Debbie sell than Ben and Stanley combined. So you're going to have to add Ben and Stanley together first to combine their answer, to then tell me how much less did Debbie sell than they did. Then what you're going to do is tell me how many more magazines did Debbie and Jeff sell than Ben and Rachel. So here is Ben and Rachel, and here is Jeff and Debbie. A little bit sorry with all the circles, but on your copy of this, it's going to be a little bit easier. And take your time. All right, I'm going to go over the answers now. So as you can see over here, I filled in the rest of that graph. B, I kind of went over earlier. If you chose the same thing, that is fine. I chose 100 because I want to work with whole numbers. For problem C, it asks how many fewer magazines did Debbie sell than Ben and Stanley combined. So here you can see I did Ben and Stanley combined. 300 plus 450 equals 750. Then I subtracted from Debbie. 750 minus 600 is 150. So I wrote Ben and Stanley sold a combined 150 more magazines than Debbie. Remember, you need to be writing complete sentences and showing your work. For D, how many more magazines did Debbie and Jeff sell than Ben and Rachel? Here you see my work again. We have 600 plus 100 equals 700. And 300 and plus 250 equals 550. And then we're subtracting those two numbers, so we have 150. So I wrote Debbie and Jeff sold 150 more magazines than Ben and Rachel. What you could also do, which I did not do, but you may have done, you may have written over here as like a D and a J for for Debbie and Jeff, and Ben and Rachel over here. If you did to show your work, that's fine. And let's keep going for our last problem. So for this one, we have a bar graph that shows the number of visitors that go to a carnival from Monday through Friday. So the first question is asking us how many fewer visitors were there on the least busy day than on the busiest day. So I found my busiest day, which is here, it's Wednesday. And I found that there were 430. And the least busy was Thursday. And we can see it's 190. Now we can see it's 190 because these are going up by 10. Because we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. If I wasn't sure, but then I know from here I'm at 50 and then 100. So then I count 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So they're going up by 10. So that's how I figured that part out to figure out the numbers. So I then, as you can see, did 430 minus 190 to equal 240. So I said there were 240 fewer visitors on the least busy day than on the busiest day. And now this is your problem. What you're going to do, you are going to do B right here. How many more visitors attended the carnival on Monday and Tuesday combined than on Thursday and Friday combined? So you have to look at Thursday and Friday and Monday and Tuesday. So take your time to do this problem. All right, we're going to go over the answer now. So as you can see, I did the math again. I have over here, sorry about Mushu, if you just heard some noise, she just went on the computer, she wanted to do some typing. But we have 340 plus 300, which is 640, and that's Monday and Tuesday. So here we have our 340 and our 300. When we add that together, we get 640. And then we have 190 for Thursday plus 370 for Friday. Add those together, we get 560. Then we're going to subtract those two numbers. 640 minus 560 equals 80. So I said 80 more visitors attended the carnival on Monday and Tuesday combined than on Thursday and Friday combined. So that was the last problem for this lesson, because as you're trying to probably notice for these lessons, what's happening is they are allowing you to do more work. So it's not like the fraction problems that we were doing, so you kept practicing and solving the different parts. So now we are using these graphs to find data. So again, last problem for today. Remember, if you need to, come to the, or not if you need to really, but if you're able to, please come to these live lessons at 11 o'clock for math every day, and you will get to see me and some of your friends and classmates there for this live lesson along with Mushu. And as always, be smart, stay safe, go for the gold, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.